So the first thing, and man, this is near and dear to my heart. The first thing you need to know about dating a man with money is that he does not care about your money. All right? Here's why I'm very passionate about this one specific point. I see a lot of messages out there that tell women you gotta be what you want in a man. Essentially, if you want some successful, rich man, well, then you need to be successful and have money too. And that's dead wrong. Now, listen, if you wanna go get your money, go get it. Or if you already have the money, bravo to you, awesome. But to think that this is a requirement to get a man with money is misguided. It is inaccurate, all right? Here's the reality. Men with money will damn near, not even damn near, will marry the woman who's a cashier at Chick-fil-A, all right? Meaning they don't care. They don't care about your status, your job. Now, I already hear some of you saying, well, I see men who marry all about status. There are always gonna be exceptions to this situation. And the ones that you see who put an emphasis on the status of a woman typically are aspiring to some different things. Like, for example, if he's an aspiring politician, he may have greater concern about her background, her education, the family she came from, things of that nature. Depending on the type of family he came from, they may apply a lot of pressure on the man about the type of woman they marry and that she has to meet standards in their eyes. But when you speak to the man himself, all right, and typically the man who has money, they don't care. Typically that man is not going to discount a woman because she is not financially well off or not at the same level as him financially. Hell, not even, she doesn't even have to be close to him, all right? And it's two reasons why it's very important that women understand and embrace that. One, let's start with the woman who doesn't have money. I've seen women who do not have money themselves, all right, who are not financially well off, maybe even broke, become intimidated or question their value to that kind of a man. And even sabotage relationships with men who had money because it's almost like, why is he choosing me? What do I really bring to the table here that is of a value to him? You know, it's almost like trying to get that person who has everything a Christmas gift. You know, it's like, what can I get? I don't know what to do here. And that can make people feel inadequate. But I want women to understand, no, do not evaluate your value based on your financial status. That's not the key here at all. I don't really want you to do that in general, but especially it's unnecessary with a man with money. Now, on the flip side, there's the woman who has success, who has money. And what happens is, unfortunately, you lose sight of the other qualities that man with money is looking for in a woman. So you have women who feel like their status, their money should qualify them, quote unquote, for a man with money. And though on paper, that may be true to a certain extent on paper because it looks good, right? That's not how it plays out. That's not the reality of what these men are looking for. Now, let me also say this, all right? Because I said this is very near and dear to my heart, and I want to be transparent, all right? I am speaking both from colleagues, from personal experience, you know, me being that kind of a man, and I'm definitely trying to leave all bias out of this. So I don't want you to think that because I'm in that category that I can't see this the right way. No, because I am going off what I've seen in other situations, talking, my coaching, and yes, even a lot of personal experiences as well. So I just want to throw that in there real quick so that you understand where I'm coming from with a lot of this and why the passion might be there on certain points, all right? Because I'm living it, right? So getting back to the point at hand, the other woman with money loses sight of what else is important, all right? But let me also break down for you in what I believe is a very logical way of looking at it as to why your money would not be important to the man with money. And then after that, I'm gonna tell you the exceptions to this rule or the cases where you see a man with money actually caring about your money and what's really going on there. So first, the reason why the man with money does not care about your money is because, again, men are very practical beings. And there's a joke, I can't remember if it was Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, one of them, where it was like, men like nice things because women like nice things. Men get a nice house because women like a nice house. If a man could have sex in a cardboard box, he would, because that's all he needs to get it done, then it is what it is. So a lot of men typically are creatures of, all right, if this gets me what I want, this gets me what I need, I'm good there. I don't have to keep adding more, right? And when it comes to finances, what I think some people may lack an understanding in is that there's a certain level of money where once you passed it, it does not change your day-to-day life, all right? So if, for example, let's just say this man is making $200,000 a year, all right? Now, mind you, $200,000 in the US, only 1.5% of individuals make that or more. All right, so this is a very small population, but let's just say he makes $200,000, and in that $200,000, he's able to do everything. He can pay for the house, the cars, your car. He can put money away from savings. He can invest money, or he already has investments. Because listen, if he's been making that money for a while, then he's probably debt free at this point, or he may be whatever. So let's say he has that all mapped out. He's good. He's living the life he wants. He goes out, eat what he wants, whatever, right? Woman comes along. She's making 80 grand a year. All that 80 grand does for him is give more money to invest. Not saying that's a bad thing, but that doesn't change the day-to-day life. That doesn't really impact where he is. Granted, it allows those two people to build a bigger empire, so to speak, if that's even important to him. Because again, a lot of men, once they reach that point of I'm good, that's it. They don't need more than that. So for that reason, this is where the woman's money becomes almost irrelevant. The benefit in that situation is, okay, if she has her own money, well, yeah, does it take some stress off of him as far as having to always give her money when she wants to go buy something? Or she may feel like, okay, that gives her the freedom to spend her money as she pleases without having to talk to anybody about it. And let's be real, if you guys move into marriage, well, you're still gonna talk about finances, regardless. But the point is that this is the reason why it doesn't move the needle anymore, all right? So now, why do we then see some situations where men have quote unquote money, right? Or at least they're presenting themselves as such, and yet they seem to care about the woman's money? Because I'm sure some of y'all do see that. And there are some men online who will say that. Well, number one reason that I see that when a man actually cares about your money and he has money, let me first say this. If he cares about your money and he has money to the point that he is going to ask you to go 50-50, that man's not in love with you. Let's just knock that out right now. He ain't in love. There's something completely wrong there. I've never seen a man who's in love with money who is unwilling to provide for his partner, unwilling to take some financial burden off of her, all right? Even if it's not 100% on him, it might be 60, 40, 70, 30. He's going to take a bigger portion. I've never seen anything otherwise, all right? When it's truly he's in love with her. So there's that. The other reason why a man's going to be caring about your money is because he's already been damaged and traumatized by being used for his money. All right. So I've noticed this pattern, and to be completely honest with you, I've seen it with a lot of even athletes. All right, who have experienced being used, having women they can't trust always being around them, to now they view the woman having money as a safety. It's almost like, okay, well, if she has her own, then she doesn't just want me for mine. You know, it gives them a sense of security in the relationship. That's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? If that's his reasoning, which I understand why it's happening, but if that's his reasoning, that needs to be resolved and addressed, or addressed and resolved. So we can't make that an acceptable scapegoat to him caring about your money. The other scenario that I've seen where a man cares about your money is because he don't really make that kind of money, right? Like he may be presenting himself as such, or he's just really bad with money to where he still needs your money as a cushion. he still needs that extra cash flow coming in. So if he's at that place, or again, he just doesn't really have it like that, or his money is more momentary. For example, maybe he's into a fast money life. I'm not gonna get into specific activities that fall under fast money, but we're just gonna say, yeah, maybe he's doing some things that aren't legal, all right, or considered legal. I don't know, but the point is, sometimes depending on how that man is living, yes, if he doesn't think his money is a constant coming in, he will be more concerned with what the woman has. But other than those two reasons, he does not care. So bottom line, I really want women to understand there's so much if you're gonna date a man with money, your money cannot be what you use as your what do you call it? The badge on your, what is it? The badge on your shoulder? Badge of honor. Thank you. Badge of honor. I don't know why my brain just went blank. But the badge of honor, you can't hang your hat on that. All right? Like, again, it's nice, it's cool, but there are bigger, more important things, and I'm gonna explain that to you as we go further. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. So, number one, and let me just be clear. These signs are not, even when I give some of these signs, there are some situations where a dude could do some of these things and he still ain't for you, all right? But they still have to